the smile on my face as I watched her walk down the aisle. I knew this was the beginning of my happy ever after.
We would play like little children who have endless energy. He made me laugh every single day. Oh, what bliss.
She suddenly had too many complaints.
He just started doing everything wrong. I couldn't stand him. It was too much.
When issues start trickling in your family, who do you turn to? What do you do?
No challenge is bigger than a family that stands together. However, a small challenge creeps in and someone in that family begins to feel less loved, less attention. Everything about this person is now not feeling right. Welcome to Family Times, and today we are dealing with this topic, sibling rivalry. And what a way to deal with this. We have this lovely couple that has been in this for the last 15 years, and they're going to help us break this sibling rivalry. Allow me to introduce them. Alfred and Lilian, welcome so much to the show. We love the fact that you are here, and I want to give you time to introduce yourselves. I don't know how you're going to do it, but take it away.
Thanks for having us. And in the spirit of rivalry, let me speak on my own. Thanks for having me. And my name is Alfred Otom. I have been in this relationship for, as you put it, around 15 years. And before getting into this relationship, I was part of a family, and there was rivalry in that particular family. And it has not stopped there. Rivalry has continued even in my own house with my own kids, and even with my own wife.
Okay. Lilian, you introduce yourself, but you will come back because you have been put on the spot. But just introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. Thank you for having us. So my name is Lilian and Alfred Omondi, though he didn't say his name is Omondi, but I'm not Otom, I'm Omondi. And it has been nice. It has been a long journey of working together to make this possible. So we still hope that we are going to have the grace to proceed.
Dear viewers, you can see it is getting even more and more. The situation is becoming more slippery as people introduce themselves. You realize their names that are interchanging. But let me try this side. We have this couple. Amazing, amazing people here. And Richard, you'll have to tell us, I don't know what time or when, but we still have time. You will tell us something.
Thank you, Dave.
Introduce your family.
Yes. First, I'll start with myself. I'm Richard Ouma. Ouko is my father name. This is Tabitha Ouma Opio. Opio and Ouko are different, but she'll explain why. This is my wife for about 27 years now, isn't it? Yeah. We have been together in these years. We don't have a lot of rivalry, but we have a snippet of the same. We shall get to know more about that. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think he's already introduced me, so I'll just say hi, hello viewer. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you guys have mentioned 27 years, and I was just thinking, like, the very first time we had the first show, you guys were 17 years in marriage.
Really?
Yes.
It's been that long?
It's been 10 years.
Wow.
And counting.
Wow.
Now, the icing on the cake is, let me just say, my name is David Odhiambo, and my surname is Riaga. So as she will introduce herself, you will realize that she's just the same way with Lilian and Tabby. There's, that name change, you pick this name and drop this. Linda, you introduce yourself.
Hi viewer, my name is Linda Adhiambo Okeo. I am adding another one, Riaga. So we want to welcome you to the show. We are hoping that God is going to use us in a mighty way, and also you will be able to be blessed in a mighty way. Amen. Thank you so much.
Amen. Our viewer, we are talking about sibling rivalry, and what a way to start it, because someone in this show has just said that before he got married, he was in a family with a lot of siblings and rivalry, and that is basically what we are talking about. So what is this sibling rivalry? Richard, you know I always start from this end.
Yes, thank you, Dave. I'm very glad to be here. This sitting room is a wonderful place to be. Every year, every time we meet here, we rekindle what we were. We were very, very young. And what we have grown into at this age. I'm very glad to be here for this one. Sibling rivalry. What is it? Well, I think that sibling rivalry is about competition between brothers and sisters in a family. Those are your siblings, your brothers and sisters, and therefore you form a lot of competition. It could be positive, it could be negative. It's all about competition. Some people benefit from it. Some people don't. It becomes something that stays the family forever until they are all gone to sleep. But what about it? What do you want to say about sibling rivalry, for that matter?
Let me just bring in now Alfred. He really mentioned it. Alfred, sibling rivalry, what comes into your mind?
To me, to add to what Mr. Richard has said, sibling rivalry is about dominion. One child feels over and above the other or the rest. It could be one against many or one against an individual that comes out to be of superior nature to the rest. And this makes the others have got some element of being underprivileged or not favored enough or not endowed with the capacity to be at the same level or compete with the one who wants to dominate them. And putting it at a personal level, it doesn't have to come from a big family. It can be even two siblings. It can be so many children competing against each other, or one child competing so many children. Yes.
So is there a firstborn here?
I'm here.
Tell us about sibling rivalry. How does it come? And I mean, yes, how does it come? And how does it portray itself?
Different families have it differently. Now, I think it also depends on your parents. If, for instance, being the firstborn, maybe I was not very smart in school, and maybe my follower is smarter than me, or there are just different factors that come in. Maybe my follower has just some good qualities that my parents really love.
Or rather, your follower resembles your grandmother.
That my parents...
grandmother.
Yes.
And then she's called Dana.
Yes.
Or
so
Mama.
Dana means grandma. Yeah. So you find that you, as a firstborn, at times you feel left out because you can be the one who is of course favored or the other. It can be vice versa. But most of the times, or sometimes, when it's not taken care of, it ends up messing up. You know, as we grow older, it really messes us up.
And again, sometimes what happens, sometimes parents, when they give birth, let me give an instance. A parent has had the firstborn. The firstborn has been there for some time, or maybe, but there's a firstborn. Then the parents give birth to another child.
The secondborn. That is now where you come in.
Now, you see, naturally, the small baby will be taken care of kushinda huyu mwingine. So you see, what happens is that attention will be brought to the secondborn. The firstborn will somehow try to survive. So sometimes you see, as they grow up, the parents' attentions will be so much on the smaller child because wanajua she's still growing ama he's still growing. So this other one, the firstborn will always feel like, hey, why is it that I'm not taken care of? Why is it that maybe if I ask for something, I'll be told, you're the bigger one. You
You're
go get it for
forgotten.
yourself, yeah? Then this other one is being sorted.
Yes,
So I think
yes.
sometimes parents will somehow play this part in bringing the rivalry in the family.
Lilian, you have something, but I don't want to ask a question, but just say what you I feel you want to say.
No. I just have a typical example, like what Linda has said. You have taken 5 or 6 years, maybe you get the second one, yeah. Then people start calling you Mama Linda, not Mama Lilian anymore. Okay, and then the first one is like, okay, Mommy. So now they say Mama Linda. You know, you're not Mama Lilian anymore. Okay, because people now assist with the second child.
Right.
That's already something that already in the mind of the child is triggering. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, there is this other person that now is coming to occupy this.
Yeah.
And so we realize that this rivalry becomes, I mean, it starts growing when the children are still very young, not able to notice that this is already a rivalry. So there is a physical rivalry where someone, the physical looks, this one looks like my, you know, taken after maybe my mother.
And so someone tends to maybe love them more because they are associated so much with the person they have been named after.
Yeah.
And then someone has also talked about maybe in terms of academics, someone is better than the other.
Yeah.
What about transfer coming from? I think the example that we've given, Alfred, is generational transfer. Someone, the physical appearance, someone looks like so and so, or it is just been transferred. Like we favor boys more than girls. What do you think about that?
Well, let me give this a personal example. I hope at some point my dad will not see this because my mom is dead.
Yeah.
But I know at some point I hope my dad will not see this.
You've already given a disclaimer.
Yes. I come from a family of 4, and I'm privileged to be the only son among the 3 girls. But somehow I feel my parents played a part in bringing the rivalry. Let me take back. We have rivalry at the siblings from the same mother,
Yes.
and rivalry at the siblings from different mothers in a polygamous family.
Yeah.
So I have both. So at the same mother, somehow my father tended to like my immediate follower because she was athletic, like my dad is athletic, and she was well endowed in the brain than the other 3 of us. So this got entrenched, and we would talk so positively about my sister, though she's now late. So this made us sometimes feel now to get associated with the maternal side, because us, we are now not on the paternal side. And that made the rivalry to come out, because some children are now associated with the paternal side, some with the maternal side. But the positive side of that was that challenged me and our last born, and we had to ensure that academically we improved
That's good.
and got somewhere.
So there was something positive about this.
Somehow. Then this rivalry between now siblings of different mothers. But this now comes because it's the competition between the mothers.
Yeah.
So you tend to align yourself
To your
with the side of your mother. It's not anything to do with your abilities or whatever,
Yes.
but it is just because you are trying to be associated with your mother.
But at times, we find that with polygamy, not all cases, because it depends with the mother. If the 2 mothers are getting along, the kids will definitely get along. But if I am not getting along with my co-wife, there is no way my child is going to get along with the
But you see, even the opposite happens.
Yeah.
Maybe the mothers, they're not getting along, but the siblings from both
Yeah,
sides, they are
yeah.
able to
Relate.
relate.
Yes, and relate to
So
your-
how is verbal being a form of, how does it come in being a form of sibling rivalry, either from the parents or among the siblings? Verbal, like the words
But
that
whatever
we
your
speak.
mom tells you, you believe.
Yeah, you'll always go with whatever your parents.
You know, for
do.
instance,
Your
some can
mother.
say,
Yeah.
why don't you clean your room like Lilian?
Like, yes.
You start
This-
comparing.
That is one.
There's always that
Or
comparison.
you're always not getting your maths correct, like James.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but then
Before you
by-
know
from
it.
that, it starts to.
When it is spoken to you twice, thrice, it sticks.
It sticks.
It sticks in your mind, and every moment, every time you keep on asking yourself, have I done it like so and so has done it? Because that's a comparison you always have.
I've always had this thing in my mind.
Yeah.
Whenever we are together with my brother, I'm the last born, so John, I follow John. My mom would be like, referring to John, Nera, means uncle.
Yes.
John is named after my mom's uncle. So I ask myself, so who am I if he's your uncle? I've never asked her, but I feel like...
You think you need to? She's watching, so
I need to do.
Yeah.
Ma'am, why did you name me David? And so viewer, you realize that there are these forms of sibling rivalry. We sometimes we do them, but not knowing that we have done them.
Yeah.
One of the causes, and I think we have underlined it very well, is the birth of a new child. Tabby and Richard, I know you have a son. Does it mean that Shane doesn't experience rivalry?
I don't know. Maybe he's going to tell us one day. Because everything, we do everything, and everything that we do is always for him. You understand? So, like, even if it's food, he doesn't have to worry about somebody else coming to eat his food.
1 minute.
Yeah.
I think there is a bit of rivalry.
How?
Yes, because
You and
many
I
times...
know where he's heading.
Oh, right. Okay.
Hold.
Let me just say it.
Yeah.
I think probably our son is going to compare the two of us. He's going to say, Dad doesn't talk to me every time. My mom talks to me every day.
I do.
And that is because she talks to him more than I do. I'm naturally that way. I don't talk that much. But every time I hear them talk on the phone, and I'm seated, and it goes. And I've not said anything. I'm not asked for that matter.
Okay.
Do you have anything to say?
You have to understand son-mother relationship.
That kind of thing. Yeah, it's there. But as a boy, as the only child, I don't think he has competition from anybody else.
Yep.
Yeah, because we keep on referring to him, him alone.
Him alone.
Yeah.
There's something that Alfred talked about, and I want to bring it in a different perspective. He talked about rivalry in a polygamous family. Let me talk about rivalry in the bigger family, the African setup family, where we have my dad and his siblings, and then now their children. How is that? How is that experience?
Now, are you talking about when they're still young or when they're adults?
Whichever point.
Yeah.
Because now we have moved from rivalry within the home, where we have Casey and Netanya, who are now competing. By the way, I will come and ask you, you have 3 children. Who is your favorite, Alfred? Before I even forget, who is your favorite?
On TV.
You see, this will stay forever.
Yes.
Sometime play one day.
Yes.
So for that matter,
Don't.
I would not mention a name, but I have.
I would also ask you, who is your favorite? You don't have to.
You can ask me too.
So you see, I don't know. It looks like it just comes automatically.
Yeah, it comes automatically because
we may not.
You see what happens. Like anyway, naturally, I will tend to love my child who is so obedient, who is so hardworking, other than the one who wants to disturb me, bringing me so many cases from school, from the neighborhood, stealing. So you see, you'll tend to love this.
Linda, don't forget.
Like let me just say, like what happens. You'll tend to love this other one who gives you easy time. But this other one, you'll be like.
Tell me, before you tell her that, I would want to remind her that most of the time, this one who disturbs you more probably took after you.
Exactly. Thank you.
So you take a step back and say,
yes.
This one is.
I know
is
sometimes he took some characters from the other side.
From the other side, that is the dad side?
Yes, the other side,
okay.
yes.
Well, I think most of the times we look at our children and you kind of wonder, where does this one bring this character from? Because I'm not like that.
Yes.
You struggle with that, but ultimately you come to realize that probably they're just like you. And therefore you have to accept them.
After all,
you just have to accept them.
An apple doesn't fall far away.
Very
It
true.
does not.
But I'm saying you just have to accept them. Why? Because they're your children. Now, it doesn't make the child feel a little bit or lesser endowed or loved But you, from the inside, you know so well that your favorite is so-and-so more than the other one.
So it is
Dave,
true.
before you
it is-
forget,
it
you
is
asked
true.
a question about the family.
Yes, I'm coming back there,
Yeah.
but I just want us to underscore this course of sibling rivalry. We've talked about the birth of a new child, and Linda was also bringing in the idea of a relationship breaking because this child is becoming wayward. But we are also trying to remind her that that waywardness could be from either the father or the mother.
Yes.
Now there is need for sharing. Let's talk about what I asked, then we come back to need for sharing. When you have something that needs to be shared, how do we apportion this? 3, 2, 1. How do we apportion this? There's one girl and 2 boys here.
I think they will start with
There are
them,
two
so that
two
we-
girls here.
Because us, we have no choice.
Okay, let me go here.
I didn't get the question well.
Need for sharing.
Yes.
How does it cause sibling rivalry?
Okay. Is it sharing from the parents' point of view or sharing from amongst the children?
Both, because we've realized that it comes from the parents.
Yeah.
It also comes from the children.
Well, let me talk from the parents. She'll talk about the children. When I talk from the parents, there's so much that comes into play. One, it's the society which we live in. There are certain norms and rules that have been put to us. Like when you are at a place of work, you are told that your estate should be divided in such a manner. Unconsciously, this plays in your mind when you want to do the sharing.
Yes.
The second aspect is you are also nurtured as a human being from the family you came from. How your parents did the sharing plays a part on what you're going to do. Then the third level is the relationship you have with these children in terms of whether you like one over the other or in terms of trade. So these 3 forms a basis for me on how you are going to do the sharing for your children. And it creates biasness from a third party who does not know what
Thank you.
informed the decision you
Very
took.
true. Very true.
Nice.
like
in
that.
fact, you've built
I know.
to the question
I like
that I was
that.
asking about cousins.
Right.
And it comes when sharing, we have to share. And most of the time, it's about land. How is this land going to be
Divided.
shared or divided
Yeah.
among siblings? Maybe at a second level, because now we're talking about our fathers. I mean, their brothers, and then now the second level cousins sharing. We were talking about sharing
For
in
the sharing.
family.
Like you said, I have 2 boys and 1 girl. So there's a, between the boys, who gets what, okay? Or if you buy a new shoe, you have to buy 2, okay? Things like that, yeah? Just so that you have no issue. Then there is the boys against the girl, okay? That say, why is she more favored? Why can she have this way and us we cannot have that way, okay? But then she's still young. They are older, yes. But that she's still young, they're older, but the issue again is maybe because she's a girl, okay? And us we are what? We are boys. Yeah, you know. So it just comes like that. But sometimes again, I think some source, if you have as a parent, if you have a child who is, let me not use that weaker, but you feel like you need to protect them. You know, maybe they, you know, that also brings that rivalry. You know, just that child that, if I don't go an extra mile for this one,
Yes.
the others will take off.
I know.
Yeah, so that also can be an issue. That you tend to feel like I need to protect this person's space so that they don't, they're not run over just because of their personality or their nature of how they are. And I also see that there are others who are stronger personality, and that's why, you know, there are different levels of personality.
Yes.
Linda, you have an experience?
When I was growing up in my family, we didn't have rivalry because I'm the only girl. I have 2 brothers. So the way I bring my girls is when I'm able to give one, I'm able to provide for one something or to give one something, I will explain to the other.
Why?
I will do it. I didn't get maybe your size if I was buying this, I didn't get. So I tend to explain to them so that it doesn't come out like you're favoring this one so much, me. Yeah. So I tend to always balance.
Okay. It's good to, I like the explaining part. Yeah, it's always good to have a conversation with the kids. You might think that they don't understand, but they really do.
At times they will tell you.
You may also think they may not understand.
And sometimes they will tell you, just do it for this other one, me will do it later.
Yeah,
you see,
because of
they try negotiating.
I like that. I hope you're not asking us.
I'm trying to get something to ask you because now that the bit of cousins. So of course you have cousins, and even your son has cousins, and then we come to this point where now there's something has to be divided equally. I don't know whether is there. Can you divide something into 3 equal parts, Richard?
I think for me, the biggest challenge in this whole matter comes with the cousins, because these are my uncle's children, these are my aunt's children. Of course, my father is the oldest, is the eldest son in the family, and therefore, because of what we call customs, the tradition, and he tends to get the first,
Chair.
is given the first privilege to make a choice. Or because of his age and because he was born first in the whole family, he gets to do things faster, quicker than the rest. And therefore, I don't see a lot of problems.
Yeah, customs
Customs and tradition do
guides.
that and accept it.
You're favored by the custom.
Yes.
Favored by the custom.
For me, it's the reverse. My dad was the last of the last of the last ones. You know, the one that you give birth after you had stopped
Yes.
giving birth, then the
Oh,
last.
yes.
We normally call them bonus.
Yeah, bonus. So he experiences a lot of sibling rivalry because the others just say, you cannot ignore it.
Yeah.
You get the difference.
Yeah.
It's just dismissed.
You're just dismissed.
And that is
Yes.
why lastborns, we have to stand up for our rights. We have to stand up for our rights.
I was known as the last born for a very long time.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
then boom.
And then the bonus one.
so how did you feel when the others came in and you
I
had
sort of- I grew up in a family where I was loved by everybody because I was the last born. Yeah. I got the biggest share, I got the best of everything, and I enjoyed it at that time, until the other ones were born after me.
Other ones.
That's when I started feeling the rivalry. There was one who was born after me.
Two.
Just a minute. There was one who was born after me, and was named after my grandmother. Oh goodness. Although I was named after my grandfather, behind me there was my grandmother. Then I lost it.
Okay.
Yeah, all the prams were hers. Every biscuit was hers. Every cake was hers. Everything in the house was basically hers.
And I can even see from the way you're still talking.
Yes, it still hurts because I never got the best of everything anymore. It all went away. Yeah,
Oh my.
I lost everything.
You see, he lost everything.
I lost everything.
Oh my. And there's no comeback.
There's no comeback.
There's no comeback because now, look at you now. You it still hurts. So, dear viewer, you realize that some of, or rather most of this sibling rivalry is brought about by how we treat our families. I mean, especially our children, the way we talk to them, the way we view them. This is exactly what we are talking about, sibling rivalry. And thank you guys for bringing this. We've talked about the forms of rivalry, which is these physical, relational, verbal, generational transfers. And then the causes, of course, when one child enjoys all the privileges and then there is the next one. Richard here is a typical example of enjoying everything, and then allow me to say hell breaks loose and others come. We want to take a short break. When we come back, we are going to talk about typical examples, our own examples and biblical examples, and then we will take it away from there. The love that you pour into your family today will shape generations to come.
True.
This is Family Times. Welcome back. We went for a short break, and before the break, my brother Richard had to open his heart and say it as it is. Sibling rivalry. And we can't just talk about sibling rivalry without talking about the role of the parents in playing this. We sometimes tend to favor a certain child because they don't have that strong personality. Others will take over, and they will feel like they don't belong to that family, and so we tend to protect. Sometimes we do, we favor other children because we name them after our grandmothers, our mothers, our fathers, and it comes out so clearly. So if in case you're just joining us, we are talking about sibling rivalry, and we have taken it to the next level. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us look at the Holy Book and try to get examples from there. Do we have examples of sibling rivalry? Do we? Do we have examples?
Yes, we do, because we read the Bible, and of course God will want us to get experiences or learn from other families too. In the Bible, there are a lot of instances. Like, for example, let me use the story of Joseph. Joseph had siblings, but apparently the father decided to make a very nice coat. They say a coat of many colors for him. And the rest were like, why him alone? Why make him the best coat? And he was loved. They say he was lovable. He was loved among all the siblings. So you see, the others will look at him like, this person has come to divide our father's attention, our father's love. So they all hated him so much. So from the siblings, they will plan a lot of things, bad things about him. But we see, at the end of the day, we see the story in the Bible, the bad intentions that they had towards him, but God had something better for Joseph. So he took him through. But I know it always plays a great role as a parent if we tend to show more love to the other person, to the other child than the others.
But if you ask it, where did it come from?
Yes, that is why.
What happened to the mother?
I wanted to ask the
others.
fathers. I wanted to ask the fathers.
Yes.
You have mentioned something, two words that are, they are related, but I think they mean different things. Joseph was loved, and he was lovable.
Right.
Richard, why did, I know you are not there, you will simply say I wasn't there. Why do you think the father made him a coat? Was it the mother who made the coat or the father? Okay, the father made him a coat of many colors.
That's all we read. It's the father who made that coat of many colors. I wouldn't know, just to say what you say. I wasn't there, but I think by and large, he was favored by the father. He just loved him. Probably he was very obedient.
He was lovable.
Lovable. And for that reason, his father probably chose to reward him by giving him a coat of many colors. Making a coat of many colors.
He did it
openly. And these other siblings probably should have claimed the same if they were that disciplined and lovable. But they couldn't do that. It means that they were not as Joseph was. And his father felt like, well, what else could I do? Just let my son have this coat of many colors. A beautiful coat. And that may have meant something else. Okay. To the rest.
Yes, Alfred.
For me, the Bible has the good, the bad, and the ugly. The instance of Joseph to me is the ugly side. Because Joseph was not just getting this coming out because of what the father did or what he was, but it is documented he was favored.
Yes.
So this was divine from the onset.
Okay.
So this is what is making Joseph to stand out.
It was divine from the onset, and it turned out to be divine.
To me, I think it was divine from the onset because you even get the kind of dreams Joseph is having. They are not ordinary. So there was something out of the ordinary for Joseph that naturally Even if the father did not want to favor him, he would have to favor him.
Okay.
Sorry. Do you imagine that it's all right for the parent to be that bold in
Openly.
giving a child gifting the child, despite the fact that you may not know that God has favored your decision. Yes, your decision to favor him.
That is why I'm still stuck, because
Yes.
I want to agree that the favoritism from the father turned out to be divine, but
Yes.
was not divine.
Initially, because
But then now let's bring in the mothers.
Yes.
Jacob and Esau. Esau is the eldest,
yes,
and before the death of the father, he tells the son, the eldest, to do some things, and then the mother overheard, and then she decides to give it, and that's an uppercut.
You know, I think it was clear that maybe the dad was towards Esau. But from the onset, the mom was towards what?
yes.
Jacob.
And because the nature of the women, they find their way and make sure that theirs is one that carries the day. Okay? Though, of course, there's the biblical aspect of they were fighting in the womb and things like that. Yeah? But you see, already there, because it is the father who told Esau without Joseph. Okay? But just the mother overheard that bit of it and then brought out this issue because for the father it was clear for him.
Alfred, just say it.
I don't think Isaac was faultless for me. Custom had it that the first son.
The first son.
So he was going for what is
his.
dictated by the customs
Exactly.
and the rights.
That's right. That's right.
But the mom viewed it differently.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's why she came in.
And my question,
I like the way Tabby is saying it. Like you said, the mother was just right, you know.
I like what Lilian said. Women, we will always have our way.
Thank you.
You see, if you see the weaker one, you try to
Yeah, you have to protect. These are
But
all
you see,
children.
was that right? Yeah, because according to the
wasn't
custom,
right.
Yes.
it was the birthright of the first.
Right.
Okay, but she wanted to change that.
Right.
Okay, and that's where the problem now begins. Yeah, because now it was no longer,
But remember,
Yeah.
Esau played a bigger role. Before this happens, he came hungry home.
Oh, and
And
sold.
what promise did he give the younger brother?
I will give you.
Give me the food, but
That's
whatever you want.
That's true.
So he had a
I will
choice.
relinquish it.
He had a choice.
The mother, just let me come in there. I think the mother took advantage of that. That request. To take his what was it?
birthright.
The birthright, yeah. Because I can't imagine the mother changing what God had planned before. You know, all the stories that are in the Bible, they end up being favored. The sons are being favored, even if they stole the birthright, whatever it is. But somehow their story ends up being the best story.
Yes.
God, it makes me sometimes sit down to wonder what God is. I still don't go, because I don't get it. God knows that there's Esau, then there's this Jacob here. And then the mother comes up with a plan to change the whole arrangement. And then this boy goes
on
blessed.
like that.
Yes. I don't know. I don't get it.
We will come back to the point where how do we solve sibling rivalry? Because we realize, can you imagine? Esau looks at the descendants of Jacob, and then he feels like, this should have been me.
Yes.
This should have been my generation. And look at them. At some point, his name is changed from Jacob, the deceiver, to Israel. I mean, how do you feel? As we continue to give these examples, let us not talk about how to solve them and say, let me just continue loving child A because it is a divine plan. It will turn out to be something good.
Yeah.
It may not end up
It may
there.
not end up.
There are these two sons, Ishmael and Isaac. Is it Isaac?
Yes.
Yes. You will notice from the examples we started giving, parents had 100% role in playing. I mean, playing the whole thing. Isaac and Ishmael. So how is it? You see, you talked about polygamous family, and this is now basically an atypical example of that.
To me, here again, it boils to the mother. Abraham is promised
Yes.
a son.
Yes.
And the lady, as they claim that they'll have their way, comes with her wit that at this age, we are not making it. Let's help God fulfill this promise. And this is out of the context, but I can give it. Remember those who wanted to help carry the Ark of the Covenant, and they had been warned not to, and they died.
Yeah.
So here is a case that God, who is the creator and who has made this promise, has told them they're going to have a son. But Sarah comes up with his own plan, thinking that he's going to help God, or God cannot accomplish this on his own.
Yes.
And therefore, he creates another avenue that is contrary to God's plan. So for me, this was instituted to compete what God had instituted.
Very true.
And that's why it is playing up to now. Because it is something that was trying to defeat God's original plan.
So it means that we contribute to this sibling rivalry knowingly and unknowingly. Yes, Lilian?
Yes, but what about the example of Cain and Abel? Was there any parents there?
Say that again?
Cain and Abel. Was there any parents? It's not documented that there was any parent issue there.
It is not mentioned, but they may have been.
Because the only thing
And
said
I
that,
think
God
if-
favored the sacrifices from.
The
No.
sacrifice, yeah, actually,
Okay, so I think maybe it was towards obedience, or maybe
Yes.
it was towards
Yeah.
rebellion. Or
But now that we've seen the trend,
I think
there
what
must have
Lilo
been
is
things
saying-
behind it.
What Lilo is saying, for instance, as we grow older, for instance, if I have a sibling and is doing much better, kinda it really, gets into me, and so that jealousy thing comes in.
there's a jealousy
Let
that
me-
comes just because someone now looks
He's
like
doing
they're
better.
better.
Yeah.
But it was
Let me say,
created
Dave.
from the onset. So can we say that the jealousy that comes much, much later was brought about by sibling rivalry that either or all or both the parents created?
But
I was-
don't know
I was-
whether I'm so much of the ladies. I will still find a way of instituting even the ladies' role.
I
in
want to
this.
join you.
When Adam and Eve had sinned,
Yes.
God condemned them. Then God made a promise that he will crush the heel of the serpent. The moment Eve conceives and gives birth to Cain, he bestows that authority on Cain. Who told him? God was talking about Jesus to come and do this. But he's talking of Cain, who is going to crash now. If you read Genesis chapter 4, he's really glorifying Cain. He's talking of Cain who is going to crash the serpent as God was promised. And that, to me, I am taking that this might be what got into the mind of Cain.
Yes.
Now, when somebody else comes,
Yes.
that can be a
Crush.
competitor.
He walks with his head held high. And you see, the mother keeps reminding him, you are the man from the Lord.
Let me say,
And I'm okay.
let me go with what Alfred has mentioned. I think the woman is not mentioned in this matter. In as much as the other ones have been mentioned, Mama, whatever, Mama did that. But because the woman is not mentioned, though we don't know much about the story.
Yes.
If the mother was mentioned more than everything, everybody else, yes.
Richard,
Yeah.
Genesis chapter 4.
Yes.
Verse, we are not crucifying anyone here, but read verse 1.
Go on.
Genesis 4:1 says,
Yes.
and Adam knew Eve, his wife,
Yes.
and she conceived and bare Cain, and
Listen.
said,
And said,
Who
I
said?
have,
Eve.
I have gotten a man from the Lord.
Continue.
I'm tongue stuck, but she comes in already. From the Bible reading, we now realize that she said all she said. We have been reading this Bible, we don't get it that clearly. Thanks so much for this one, Dave. And now we can get the meaning very clearly. Now, because the mention is here, the lady's name comes up, now you can understand where the rivalry comes from. Eve has got a child, and now it says that this man, I've got this boy, this man. And naturally, it starts going that way. That's the first one. Yeah. That's the first one.
I would
The
have
first
loved
child.
to get what he said about Abel,
Yes.
but maybe
Now that you talked about Abel, it gets more interesting what she says after Abel is killed and Seth is born.
Yes.
Interesting. But then we can go on and on and on and realize that at some given point,
Certain level,
a parent plays either of the parents. We have also agreed that it is the father who made Joseph a coat of many colors. That is what the Bible says.
One thing we must mention, that the father of the child, in most cases, I'm saying that, they don't go into creating a rivalry. That's what I can say from what we have read.
But
That's not the right conclusion.
That every time we look at the mother, we say the mother
but
side.
Joseph's story is the father.
Actually, this I'm on your side.
Men do not create a rivalry.
So let me tell you how.
But then-
For instance, you find the one you talked about, our African culture.
Right.
Okay, maybe they had an issue with, when they're growing up, like Jokangane, the people from.
Yes.
And that is your brother you're talking about. Yeah? And then the children carry that, so that us
Yes.
and the other ones,
Yes.
there is something. And that's where it came from, and that is typically coming from the fathers. Because they're the ones who know the history
They do.
of what happened.
They will, Richard, they will always look for something so that we can also be on the same page. But then the question is, this sibling rivalry is getting
Parents.
complicated.
Yes.
But
Very true.
what from our discussion we realize that parents play a bigger role.
Yeah.
From my own thinking, I thought that sibling rivalry is just we have these children and then they fight amongst themselves. As much as it is hard to to agree who plays which side, is it possible to have a solution? Before the solution, this one I must say. My brother John is named after my mother's uncle. And so it happened one day. We were still young. I think I was in grade 5 or 6. We've moved from class. Okay, I was in class 6. Either class 5 or 6. Well, let me just use grade so that Casey and Anana can understand. So we went to my mother's, how do I even call it?
Your mother's home.
Where my grandmother comes from maternal grandmother. In Luo we call it Kanea. Not even Kanea, but the place where my grandmother comes from.
Your grandmother comes.
And you see, so my brother is named after my mother's uncle. So we go there and we find this lady.
Uncle.
No, the wife to my uncle. Now the uncle is deceased and my brother is there. So you can imagine he's called my husband. And I'm all there, just standing there looking like,
Others.
And to make it worse, when we were leaving, we were there for 3 days, 3 harrowing days. When we were leaving, my brother, who is now called my husband, is given a small chicken to carry home. I'm not given anything, but I'm given this chicken to carry home on behalf of my brother, who is the husband.
Yes.
Man, you know what? At some point, I got angry and I threw the chicken and let it go. And I today, my mom calls and then she's like, Nera.
Uncle.
So
That breaks your heart.
that hurt, Mama.
Yeah.
John, I know you have nothing to do about it. How do we solve this?
Deva, let me just mention that I think those people who gave you the chicken were very intelligent.
Smart.
Because you have been given this to carry. You own it for the moment.
Yes.
But you didn't appreciate that. That's sad.
Yeah, because if Lena was given, you'd be like, how come I'm not given anything?
But that aside, I wanted just before we go to the solutions, there is instances where its parents to me has nothing to do with the rivalry. At personal level, we have Miriam and Moses. Very much in their old stage of life, where their parents are not even existing, and we see the rivalry playing out. There is also at the communal level, Abraham and Lot. Remember when they were told where to go? He gave his nephew
first choice.
the first choice, but he chose the wrong side to go. So sometimes it could be personal decisions. It doesn't have to be parents playing a role into this. So maybe we can delve into the solutions.
I like
That's what I
that,
wanted
yeah.
to talk about.
Is there a solution?
Is there a solution?
Let's begin with the Bible. The examples that we've given. Were there solutions? At some point, Jacob has wrestled with the angel, and actually his name is now changed, and he's coming back. And look at what he does. He sets his family to go ahead
of him.
because he's afraid of what his brother is going to do.
Yeah.
But then the brother comes and embraces him, and it ends there. Ishmael and Isaac, the war is still on to date. The war is still on to date. And we see the cracks. There are families to date that haven't reconciled because
Some
of
have even
that.
died.
Is it possible that a family, probably a young family that is just experiencing this rivalry of toys and all that, how best can we now help them so that they understand that if this thing is not nipped at the bud, it's going to bring something else? I just say that the love that we pour into our families will shape generations to come. So how then do we now take this to the next level?
I think like as parents, it's important to parent your kids together. There's, for lack of a better English word. So that, just like Linda said, if you have more than one kid, it is important to have a conversation with these kids and say, okay, fine, I have 3 kids, I have bought 2 toys. So these toys are going to be given, you're all going to play with them. You know, you share. So that tomorrow, if the person who was not given does not feel like, you know what, I'm not left out. You understand? So if you are a parent who has more than one kid, it is important to always make sure that the kids are told what is going on. Don't look at the kids and think that they do not understand. They really understand and they remember. Up to now, if you ask me, like so many years ago, I remember probably there's a pink dress that I was bought for so many years ago, you know, and my sister were bought for a red one. I'm like, why wasn't I bought for a red one? Yeah, you know, those simple things. So as parents, if your kids are young, talk to them, explain to them that this is the solution. Because as they grow older, it will come back again.
Richard, this is not your parting shot, but we are giving solutions.
Thank you, Dave. I don't see an easy resolution to this kind of problems, because some of them are God's plans, and they have to go that way. But at our level, we say, probably made mistakes, we went the wrong way, and all that. You probably want to refer to Esau and their brother, Jacob, and you know what Jacob did, and eventually Jacob became more famous, is more acceptable. Esau was there, although he may have said, I'll give you my birthright, whatever it is. But as a child, I wouldn't take that to be very serious, even if he may have mentioned it before the mother. But there must have been some favor from the mother to have done that against the father, because that was not really about him alone. It included the father. That was going against his father. And eventually it ended up well, which is a solution itself. Jacob became what Jacob was meant to become. And for that matter, even if they had gone backwards to solve the matter, it wouldn't have been of any meaning, because God had planned it that way. Yeah, there are those that we cannot do anything about, because they just happen to have happened. There are those that we can, in a way, go back to and solve the matters. Yeah.
Alfred.
Yes. I would build from what Tabitha said. I think there's a solution in terms of having a concerted, intentional conversation always.
Yeah.
Don't overlook any small issues that is coming out. And this I may base sometimes also to aspect of telling the children appreciate diversity first.
I
The
like
book of
that.
1 Corinthians chapter 12 from verse 20 onwards. Let's embrace that we have got different abilities and we can complement each other. So appreciate diversity, tell the children about that. 2 is about humility. Ephesians 4 verse 2. It gives us that if somebody is humble, sometimes they, as much as I don't advocate for weakness, humility does not mean weakness.
Yeah.
Yet let the child demand for the space, but also accept that there's a competitor that deserves the same rights and equality of treatment. So that as much as there could be some haggling over issues, but they accept that if somebody comes out strong on this part, I also have somewhere to come strong on.
Nice. Lilian?
No, I don't repeat. Let the kids, or let us all be aware, yeah? In life, as long as you're alive, there's always a competition. There is definitely someone better than you. You cannot do anything about
I
it.
like that.
Yes.
And there's always somebody who you are better than. In different aspects, yeah? You know, it can be physical, it can be intellectual, it can be their, business acumen is better than, there are so many things, yeah? So just know that, yes. So you as an individual, let them understand themselves as an individual. I think it's good to bring that out because you find jealousy comes when they feel lesser than what? Someone, okay? So just to how to manage this idea that, I am kind of in a advantage position, yeah? Compared to the other part. And then the other way around, if the other person who is now better endowed, not to be out there, over everyone.
Yes.
Okay. Also, they also does not, even though they are endowed, the level of humility. Yeah. So that now there's a correlation between the different people. Yes.
I like that.
What I can say is that we are raising children who are different. Firstborn is not the same as the secondborn or the thirdborn. So we need to know how to just handle them. And let's embrace the aspect of communication. Let's just keep on communicating to them over and over so that they're able to, it will stick in them. And when they grow up, that thing will not come up. Yes.
I love the way you're bringing it down. Now, we want to give our parting shot in everyone, maybe in 20 seconds, so that we can make that viewer understand what you're saying. I will want to begin with you, Tabby.
Dear viewer, this has been very interesting because truly we have been affected in one way or the other. Probably you have a special child, or probably you have, I don't know whether to say a child born out of wedlock, if it's right. And that can also make you have, I want to tell you, dear viewer, that if you do not take care of this situation right now, you're going to cry tomorrow. Because as you age and your children become independent, you are going to suffer as a parent. So take care of the problem right now. I still insist that the key is with me as a mother or as a parent. Let's not look at the little things and think there's nothing that can happen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Richard?
Thank you,
20
Dave.
seconds.
Thank you, Dave. What I can say is, at the end of it all, they are all our children.
Yes.
And even if they have got rivalry between them, we have to nurture them. Bring them up as good citizens, as good people in the society, and rely on God. I think God, in this case, is the only one who can lead them to whatever we hope. Yeah. Thank you.
Alfred,
Well,
just one word.
I will tell all the viewers, including us as the panelists, that it is important to appreciate everyone. And this I summarize with a quote from Martin Luther King, that he said that you cannot be what you want to be until I am what I want to be. And I cannot be what I want to be until you are what you want to be.
Okay.
So let's note that.
Thank you so much. Lilian?
I think, thank you so much for the opportunity. I think you have learned a lot. And we have seen that there's a key hand that us as parents can play. Yeah? Let us be cognizant of that, so that we are more intentional in how we relate and how we communicate and how we bring them up. And that intentionality can help us, yeah, to be able to support the next generation. Because what happened to us is gone. Okay, but what do we do about the next generation?
That's right.
Thank you. Linda?
I must say sometimes it's hard, but I know there is still hope. We just need to lean on God and ask God to give us the best direction to know how to handle them so that they are not, at the end of the day, they don't feel bad.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We've literally run out of time, and I just want to thank you for this session. It has built me. What I need to tell you, dear viewer, that you keep the faith, keep the love, and keep your family close. See you next time, Family Times.